Welcome to Miracle Network's Wednesday meditation. I'm so glad we're all here to share this time together. If you're on YouTube, don't forget to click the subscribe button below to receive updates and notifications. Today we're joined by Lia Steinson, who will lead us in meditation. Then we'll have 20 minutes of silence. After that, we're going to open it up for sharing, and we end at 10:45. Over to you, Lia.
Thank you, Dan. It's lovely to be here with you again. And I'm going to start with a prayer, like I normally do. And I invite you to close your eyes because it's not just for listening, it's for feeling deep in our hearts. And I'll read it slowly, and then if you felt like you wanted to repeat it in your own minds, that would give you the chance to do so. Dear God, we are gathered together in your name, that we may be of greater service to you and to our brothers. We offer ourselves to you as instruments. We surrender to you our old ideas. We welcome your new and more expansive ideas. We trust that you will lead us. We ask you to unfold our lives according to your plan, not our low self-worth. Help us to believe that it is not too late, that we are not too small or too flawed to be healed by you and through each other and made whole. Help us to love one another, to nurture each other's unfolding, to encourage each other's growth, and understand each other's fears. Help us to know that we are not alone, that we are loved and lovable, and we are truly blessed. Just rest there a moment, especially with those last few words. Help us to know that we are not alone, that we are loved and lovable, and we are truly blessed. And when you're ready, just gently open your eyes. I'm focusing on blessing today. Just thinking about there's some lovely lessons out there in the course on blessing. And I particularly love 187. I bless the world because I bless myself. So isn't that a really interesting way round? Yes, we don't just go straight into right, I'm blessing everybody and blessing the world. We're starting with I bless myself. And it reminds us of the teachings on giving and receiving. If we don't feel blessed within ourselves, how are we going to bless others? And I also thought, I'm not trying to understand what actually blessing means. What does it mean to bless? I get the feeling of it, and I thought, well, I'm just going to look it up in the dictionary first. So what several places in the dictionary it says, or different dictionaries, is blessing is to confer happiness or to wish to confer happiness on someone. And I thought that was beautiful. And I felt that we could bring together those key three qualities of the course: love, peace, and joy. So maybe blessing is bringing ourselves like a sort of whole gift of happiness, of love, of peace into our lives. And then we're able, as we fill with this beautiful stuff, we remind ourselves of who we really are. We can then bring that blessing out and offer it to the world. So it's like the light of God coming through us and out of us and onto others, onto our brothers, onto the world. So that pleased me. That's actually in the dictionary a very worldly thing. There could be such a spiritual understanding. I'm just going to read you a little bit from the lesson, I bless the world because I bless myself. Ideas must first belong to you before you give them. If you are to save the world, you first accept salvation for yourself. But you will not believe that this is done until you see the miracles it brings to everyone you look upon. Herein is the idea of giving clarified and given meaning. Now you can perceive that by your giving is your store increased. And then there's a beautiful other bit further on. We stand in blessedness and give as we receive. The name of God is on our lips. As we look within, we see the purity of heaven shine in our reflection. of our Father's love. Now we are blessed, and we bless the world. Just close your eyes a moment, just feel it. Feel the beauty of that. Now we are blessed, and now we bless the world. So always starting with ourselves, loving ourselves, bringing joy to our lives, choosing to live in peace. And then now we are blessed, and now we bless the world. Just really feeling that inside ourselves. But maybe just saying to yourself, I am blessed. I am blessed. And so I can bless the world. I can bless all my brothers. We can be blessed together as the one Son of God. It's really, really feeling that sense of blessing. Your heart's lifting in love, in joy and peace. I bless the world because I bless myself. I'm going to lead you gently into meditation with some blessing practices. So this is going to be part of the meditation, but I'm going to be talking you through things that we can focus on and use our meditation to really think our way through what blessing really is and how it is to actually do it. To do this, I need you to think of two different things. One is I'd like you to think of a person that you particularly like to extend your blessing to. And that probably is going to be a person who you feel needs more happiness, more love, more peace in their lives, more sense of connection, more transcending of the separateness. So just think now, would you think of somebody? This is not any kind of superior position, it's a sharing. Yeah. So do you know somebody, or maybe more than one person, you know would really benefit from feeling a sense of being blessed, that their happiness increases, their love increases, their peace increases. So hold that person in your mind. And then the other thing that I need you to hold in your mind for this work is, in what way would you like to bless yourself? The way we can think about this is an expression, I bless myself in my, yeah. So what do you need more of in your life in terms of spiritual gifts? Do you need more wisdom? Do you need more grace? Do you need more kindness? Do you need more gentleness? Do you need greater vision? Yes, just reflect a moment. What is it you feel that you'd like the light of God to shine on in you and to help you develop that great spiritual quality in your life? So you might need to close your eyes for that as well. What do I bless myself? What do I want to bless myself in? What do I want the light to shine on within me and expand in my life so that I can be of greater service? So holding on to those two things, and something else might come to you in the process. It doesn't matter when we get to the point in the meditation that you need to remember those things. Something else might come. The Holy Spirit might say, no, bless yourself in this. Or he might say, bless this person in this way. We just let it be open. We've just opened ourselves to the thoughts a little bit, and then we'll see what happens in actual practice. Okay, so if you haven't still got your eyes closed, then perhaps you'd like to close them now. And I'm gently going to guide you through this meditation of blessing. Some of the things we're simply saying, and again, I'll say it slowly so that you can say those words in your own hearts and minds. This is called a daily blessing for myself. I bless myself sincerely and joyfully for being the utterly beautiful, divine creature I am, one with God, one with love. I bless myself as a child of God, a child of the light, in which there is not a speck or residue of darkness or self-condemnation. I bless myself in my sinless joy, boundless bliss, and total contentment, my ageless, timeless being. I bless myself as God's expression of constant wisdom, enlightenment, discernment, and understanding. I bless myself as Spirit's manifestation of glorious liberty, total freedom, and unlimited innocence. And this is true of all people. And I bless you, and say the name of the person who represents all others in your mind, this one person who is one with all. So I bless you, say their name. And just pause a moment and feel that blessing reaching them. Feel them standing as a representation of all humanity, one spirit, one love, one God, one Son of God. You might feel your blessings sort of wash over them in light. Maybe as you do it, you can also visualize them finding deeper happiness, love, and peace within them as your blessing envelops them. You can feel that then, that blessing flow out into the whole of the world. All blessed by one person taking the act of blessing, one person receiving it, is all of us united in one. And now I bless myself in my perfect oneness with unconditional love, knowing that every cell and atom of my being is in perfect, radiant health. I bless myself as my brother's and my sister's keeper, overflowing with compassion, a font of unending tenderness for every suffering heart. And finally, I bless myself in my. You bring to mind what you are guided to be in touch with, to expand and extend within yourself in terms of divine qualities. I bless myself in my. And again, rest there, rest in that experience. Feel that quality in terms of light in your heart, in your being. And as you bless yourself in that quality, again, so it expands out and blesses all the ones who experience themselves as separated, brings them back into the realization of oneness. I bless myself in my. Just feel that fill your being. It sparkle on your eyes, though they're closed, to bring a small smile perhaps to your face. Upliftment, connection, oneness. I bless myself in my. Resting now in the quiet of meditation. May use the time to reflect on blessings, on expanding some of the things that we've said in this blessing work. Just if you keep your mind there, you might simply say, I bless myself. I bless you, my brother. And gradually slowing it down till you rest in the blessing without any words. Teresa will gently call you back, call us all back at the end of the meditation.
Open your eyes and come back into the room. We have 15 minutes left for sharing. If you'd like to ask a question or share, raise your hand and I'll invite you to take yourself off mute.
Just taking your time, because there's a kind of transition, isn't there, from meditation into ordinary consciousness. So you might need a stretch and a deep breath. I always find that helps. See? Oh. Mm. So I wonder if anybody has any thoughts about blessings and their capacity to bless themselves, to bless others. Any thoughts to share or to ask about? Did everybody find somebody that they particularly wanted to share their blessing with? Just give me a little wave if you found that. Yeah. And it's such a lovely thing, isn't it? That feeling that when we experience it ourselves, we can't help but give it. And I think of some of these kinds of teachings, like God being love is also happiness. Isn't that just the most wonderful teaching to remember? And that we are all one in that. And the more we experience it ourselves, is that we can't help but spread it out into the world. We may not feel it all the time. I think it's holding on to whatever I'm feeling right now, even if I'm having a bad day. Underneath everything, I'm still love. I'm still peace. I'm still happiness. I'm still one with God. Anything to share about who you, perhaps about who you felt you wanted to give your blessings to?
Norman, take yourself off mute.
Yes, thank you very much. My ego keeps popping up at all the most awkward times, and I've great difficulty in forgiving it. But I keep on working at it because it's part of my split mind, and I have to be responsible for it. But unfortunately, the world that is created is the world I see, and that means my split mind, has created this awful world I see. And I was thinking, well, now, who could I bless? In that state of mind. And my first thought came, Trump. I'll bless him, and then he will find the blessing. He will feel the love that I have in me, even though my ego tells me I haven't. But my higher mind knows exactly what I am, God's son. And that is what we all are. And we are all in heaven now. So what I am seeing isn't real, but it doesn't stop me because it's my blessing that's needed on the world that I created. So thank you very much indeed. It just sort of came at the right time for me. I can quite happily now bless myself. My 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 split mind that can bless myself is God's son. So God's son is blessing the ego, my ego. So it's killing two birds with one stone sort of thing, if that makes sense. So thank you very much indeed.
Mm. Oh, that's lovely to hear. And what I experience is that every time I do something like remember to bless myself, remember to bless the world, remember the teaching of the lessons, every time I repeat themselves in my mind, that's another step towards becoming truly established in that place of knowing that there's only one of us here, knowing I'm God's son, knowing that I'm beautiful, I am all the qualities that the Course talks about. It's like we gradually change the scales, don't we? A little bit more into the realization of who we really are. And remembering that every time we actually assert the truth within ourselves, then that's in our minds. And our minds are creating the world that we see. So it's another step towards experiencing the happy dream. I think it's really important to remember that we don't have to stick with only seeing, this mad, insane world. We can shift it every time we love unconditionally, that we share our kindness, our blessings, our goodness with the world, and we remind ourselves who we really are. For me, it's like another step into a happy dream. We can't leave this world by our own volition, but we can see a blessed world. We really can. I'm sure many of you have experienced this. So we just keep going. And then every now and again, I think you look around and say, what does the world I see look like today? How is the work that I have done on my mind? How is it affecting the world that I see each day? Is that making sense for people? Does anybody else experience that? Yeah, there's a little bit more of a shift. Oh, the world, is really looking a rather better place than it was. It's still not real, but we're actually able to choose, aren't we, at that level, the world that we experience.
Jan, take yourself off mute, Jan.
Yes, done it. Oh, that was lovely, Leah. Thank you so much. I was just reflecting too, and I was thinking that the ultimate blessing is, well, for me, is to actually see the truth, or try to see the truth, the innocence and the holiness in somebody else. And I've tried to do that. I have chosen somebody. I'll know whether it's worked later on today. So, but of course, it's not. Thinking, oh, how will they be easy? But of course, it's again about my vision of them, trying to see them with Christ's vision. And I was reminded about that lovely lesson. I think it's in 161, that prayer. Give me your blessing, Holy Son of God. So that I may see your perfect sinlessness. Give me your blessing, Holy Son of God. I would behold you with the eyes of Christ, so that I may see the perfect sinlessness in me. So that sort of.
Yes, I remember it because I was thinking of quoting some things from that today. It's a very, very beautiful lesson, isn't it?
Yeah. Thank you.
I think it's invaluable at this moment now to keep remembering that if you don't experience it within yourself, you're not going to be able to bless it or see it in someone else. We tend to look at this from the other point of view, that we are projecting onto other people the guilt, the shame, the fear that we hold inside of ourselves. But we also project, in a way, onto people all the beautiful stuff. So if we can focus on that, you are not going to see the innocence in your brother if you feel guilty, are you? It's really, really hard to do that. Well, you can't. So it's not selfish or self-focused to develop your sense of all the beautiful qualities that you are, that we are, because it's the only way we're going to perceive them in the world, isn't it? If you really see the world only as a really dark and miserable place, you and yourself as that, you're stuck there in a loop. And so it's being willing to take that really big step that I am now decided that I'm only going to see the best and most beautiful in myself, so that I can then see that in my brother and in the world. And so you can't start with the world. We have to start with ourselves, don't we? And I think sometimes people think, well, it's been not having very much humility, saying how beautiful I am. Well, yes, it is. We're not saying beautiful in our body. This is the spirit, that's made up. I've got a list, and many of you know, of about 70 or 80 qualities. And I remind myself of that constantly. That's who I am. And as I focus on those pure qualities, so I am able to see them in the world, in other people. So again, it's that beautiful circular thing. So every time you have a sense of seeing all those, perhaps the negative qualities in yourself, they're just stuff of the ego. They're irrelevant, really. we just keep coming back. I am innocence, I'm kindness, I'm gentleness, I'm love, I'm beauty, I'm wonder, I'm awe, I'm surrender, I'm divinity. Yeah? If you can come back there, even in the moment you think, well, I don't know if I really am. But these are affirmations. You know, Jesus didn't talk with them then. Perhaps that word doesn't exist so much then. He doesn't tell us these are affirmations, but we can understand that they are. And an affirmation is necessarily something that you haven't quite fully inhabited yet, as you wouldn't need to inhabit it you wouldn't need to affirm it. So if you feel that you're reaching into being more in touch with your innocence, affirm it. I'm innocent. I'm innocence. God's pure innocence flows through me. You know, get a hold of it. Let it grow and develop and shine. Yeah. And live it. And then you look up and you think, oh my goodness, look at all the innocence from these people around me. What innocence there is in the world. Well, it's not a coincidence, is it? It's not random. It's because you solidified in yourself the truth. And as you expand and hold the truth within you, so it reflects out there, and that's what you see given back to you. I find that it's such a wondrous thing. So really, really, you know, blessing ourselves with seeing these wonderful qualities in ourselves, and then we see it in the world, and it's as if all that mad, dark stuff fades into the background, as it should. It's not real. None of it's real, but let's at least, you know, experience, you know, the wonder of each other, of ourselves, of the world, by choosing to fill our minds with those thoughts, those truths.
Who would like to share?
Would anybody like to share the particular quality they bless themselves in? It's always a really lovely thing to hear.
Teresa, take yourself off mute.
Lia, that's so lovely. Thank you very much for leading us in these blessings. I did actually think about the confidence for myself, but I often, the way it feels for me with blessings, and I love blessings. Myself and Dan bless each other every morning in whatever it is we feel and we don't say it aloud. We just quietly in the mind. And and what's happening in my mind at the moment is I have a half sister who's recently passed on, and she's the eldest. There's two half sisters they're full, but they're my half, and I feel that she's been released because she was trapped in this body for many years, very. Not the way she was before. So I feel a sense of release for her. But her daughter and her full sister, they have been so close for all their lives. And now they love controlling everything. The daughter loves to control and wants to make sure that the funeral and everything goes beautifully. And so does the sister, who's her auntie and who's my other half sister. And so it was those I brought into the blessings in their gentleness and in their kindness and in their sense of comfort, because they truly, truly have been miss their mum and their sister. You know, it's a big loss. So what I find when I do blessings, I may not do it for myself at all, but I receive it immediately. As soon as I've given it, I've received it. So whatever fear or anxiety has gone on in my mind about, oh, how's the funeral going to go, is that, you know, it's so soft and gentle and peaceful for both of my niece and my sister, and it washes over me, and it's just beautiful. So thank you. That's what I wanted to share. So thank you, Lia, for that.
That's a lovely way of looking at it, too, because if we're working with pure spiritual qualities, which I call these our essence qualities, then in order to give them also, apart from that you need to have them in you, you also draw them down. Well, there isn't such a thing here as down and up. I think that's how we can understand it. If I'm willing to give the gift of kindness to somebody else, to gentleness, a wonderful quality, integrity, vision, whatever this is. But if I haven't really got the fullness of it in me, I'm going to draw it in. It's almost like I make a vacuum and more comes through. So that's another most wonderful thing about this work is the more you give, the more you get. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Leah. That was wonderful. And take yourself off mute. Show your appreciation to Leah.
Thank you, Leah.
Much
Thank
appreciated.
Thank you, everybody. Have
Thank you
very
so
much.
much.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Leah. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah.
Bye.